Welcome to the Voice of Vicious podcast. Welcome to the Voice of Vicious. I am your host, Vanny Vicious. Guys, I'm sweating. Look at me on a microphone, bro. What the fuck?
It's live right now. And then I'll be able to see, or we'll be able to see comments. I don't know if you can see them.
Oh, I can actually. I gotta click comments.
You can? Like if any comments come through?
Oh, you can like upload recordings on here and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It says connect. I can connect my YouTube.
Can you?
I mean, it says that, but I'm not even gonna fuck with that.
Oh, I mean, you probably can.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, like if I want to show people like your book, I could be like, look.
Oh shit!
On Amazon.
Look at that cover. Who made that cover? God damn.
Who made that shit? Who is that guy?
Right. It's actually not my eyes.
It's not?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Kind of looks like it though. It looks like an edited version of your eyes.
Yeah, it does. Like I made my forehead like concrete or something.
Dude, so how is everything going with the book? I'm seeing that you're posting like that you're sending out all the fucking signed copies and shit.
It's stressful. It's fucking stressful. So this is what I did. So I didn't have, for one, when I was writing the book, I didn't even know I could put it on pre-order because it was my first book. I didn't even know how that worked. I thought you had to
You
have
did it through the Amazon whatever thing?
No, I just did it through my website, where I fucked myself because I didn't know. I can cuss, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But I didn't know how it worked. And so everyone was like, I was live, I forget where, but everyone was like, put it on pre-order. And I was like, why? I didn't understand why they'd want it on pre-order if they couldn't get it till it's out anyway. So I was like, whatever. So I put it on pre-order and I just looked up how, and I was like, oh, I can just upload like the picture of the book to my fucking thing and then just save all the money and then just order them when I was going to press it through Barnes & Noble. I had no idea what I was doing. So I took pre-orders and then someone randomly, like people kept saying, will you sign mine? Will you sign mine? And I was like, and I was like, I love those comments. That's funny as hell. You can just read them. But no, so I was like, I just told people, I just said it one day. I was like, yeah, I'll sign them all. You know what I mean? And then I was like, I just regretted that because I didn't realize what that means. You know what I mean? So then out of nowhere, after I said that, I get like more than 6,000 fucking pre-orders. And I'm like, bro. And then it turns out the only way to fucking do that is to order them yourself through Amazon. Which, to be fair, I get like an author discount, so it's like $5 instead of $25. But if you times 6,000 by 5, it's still like a shitload, you know. So I buy every fucking copy myself and then sign them and ship them out. And the thing about that is, like, yeah, I mean, you have to. Not only do you have to, it's not like you're just signing a piece of paper 6,000 times. You have to put a piece of cardboard in the middle so it doesn't bleed through. And you have to, and then just ordering your book in general, like you'd think. If I told you right now, if you wrote a book, you could order 6,000 copies and have them in a week, you would think so, right? No, not at all. It takes like
actually, I wouldn't think so because that seems like a lot.
I did think, I'm like, it's my book. What do you mean? I publish it through Amazon. Why would I not be able to order 1 million copies of my own book? No, that's not how it works. So I was like, but Amazon, if anyone can do it, I thought it would be Amazon, especially if you technically are an author through Amazon. So no, that wasn't the case. So when I realized I have to do that, I'm like, at least on the pre-orders, you know, so now I have to send them out. So not only that, that's an issue, but then also I have to wait like 3 weeks to a month for them to even get to me, or a month and a half. So now it's like people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude. And then you have to, I feel like I'm complaining, but this is stressful. So then you have to publish it in order to order it. So now there's people who weren't pre-ordered and it releases on October 15th and people can just buy it 2-day shipping. But people who ordered pre-orders like, why the fuck is it taking mine a month and a half? And I'm like, and then it's even worse because people are mad about that. But really the only reason I'm doing that is to keep my word that I'm signing them all. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, and people don't realize how inconvenient it actually is for me to do that versus just sending them out through Amazon. So it's just like, but the last 150 get here tomorrow and I'm just shipping them all out together. And then I'm just going to sit there all night throughout the night and just send out tracking numbers. So like I'll be done with it tomorrow and I can just focus on the sequel. And then I'm already done with the sequel too. So I'm like, in the meantime, waiting for the books. I'm already writing the sequel.
now you learned for next time. I'm sure that, you know, you hurdled your way over all those shits. Fuck. I do know that Amazon has that KDP whatever shit where you can just like upload the entire book, I think, and then just like
But
print
that's
it.
the thing, though. That's the thing. That is what it is. That's what I published through. But if you're sending people signed copies, you have to physically touch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no way around it. And I just didn't realize that. I was like, oh, dude, I'm never doing pre-orders again until I have like a team. 'Cause I'm doing everything alone. So it's like I'm just never doing that again. Absolutely not.
I've always done my calendars every year the same way. Pre-order, get them to my house, sign them, and send them out. But I don't get nearly as many orders as you do because you have like a cult fucking following.
Yeah,
and I
I know.
want
And that's
to
the
talk
thing.
about that because you post some pretty gruesome shit, or it looks gruesome, whatever. And these girls are like, slit my throat and stick your dick in it. And that shit's just fucking nuts to me, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is weird actually, but yeah, it is. It really is weird. It's so funny because as weird as that sounds with like what you just said, my 9-year-old like sees my comments and she fucking hates it. It's so funny, dude. But she's chill as fuck for 9. But it was funny. I mean, it's kind of off topic, but it was so funny. It was literally like the other day. My niece, so her cousin, was over and like her name's Everly. She was like talking shit to me. She's like, "You're ugly," and I was like, "Damn, Ev." And then Carly's like, "It's not what anyone else thinks." And I was like, "What was that?" I was like, "What was that?" I was like, "What was that?" And she was like, and I was like, "Damn!" Like that's funny because I remember my mom was hot as fuck, and so I always get mad at that, and that's just funny, like that
Yeah.
dynamic.
The
But yeah, that's
overprotectiveness of your
yeah.
kids. My brother was the same way. When I would pick him up from school, his friends were like, "That's your sister? Who is that? She's hot." My brother would be like, "Shut the fuck up, man. That's my fucking sister." Mad as fuck all the time. But I honestly, like, I read your comments like I'm looking at a fucking magazine. It's so funny. I think yours are worse than mine.
That's the thing. Yeah, we were talking about that before. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's another thing with what you said before is like it is kind of culty, it feels like, but I did anticipate like because I have a level of confidence going into anything. Like I'm like, this is gonna work. Like obviously, I just think that, but I didn't think it would work that well. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So I was like, dude. And then people are like just hounding me. I'm like, bro, like I didn't think it would be that much. So it's like, but again, I guess that's a good problem to have, but I say that with a barrel of salt because it was like it's still so stressful. I swear to God.
Daryl. Put 8 ounces of fucking salt is how I say that. I was gonna ask you that too. If like when you started, putting your videos and shit on social media, if you expected like that influx of fans like that, like.
Well, I'm a psychopath, so I'm naturally manipulative. I do everything for a reason. So I knew that would work, obviously, but I just didn't think it would work that well. And honestly, I anticipated getting banned and restarting a bunch of times. I really thought that would happen. And like obviously I already had a following before I decided to be an author, but I didn't realize what was I about to say? Oh, I didn't have like reader like a book fan base. So I had to completely restart that like not even a year ago actually, like last December to now. And I was like, how do I do that? And I was like, okay, I got an idea. But I thought I'd get banned because that's the thing. People are like, how do I like people can't even reshare my shit or they'll get banned.
It happened to me.
Yeah, no, I'll see like OF models and shit that like if they just show like a bikini picture, they get taken down. But I'm like sawing people with a chainsaw and shit, and like blood all over my face, and like picking skeletons up out of barrels of acid, and they're like, "Oh, you're good to go." Like they don't even flex. I'm like, I don't understand.
You shared a video of mine, the one with that metal thing on my face. And then I shared it. Like you shared it to your story, you fucking tagged me. I shared it and I got in trouble. Like they took it down. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I think
you share like what the fuck? I shared something that he shared of me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. People will share my shit and be like, how can I not share it, but you can post it? And I'm like, I don't know. I think they get that it's what it is though, but maybe not. I mean, it does feel like that type of shit is like bots, but maybe I don't know. I think, but it feels like they understand what I'm doing, and I feel like I don't know. I'm kind of grateful for that shit though.
Maybe it's also the platform too.
I don't know though, because I do it on TikTok.
That's true.
I'm pulling skeletons on acid.
Actually, that's fucking true, because if I post anything with blood on it, I'm getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's over. So
blood dripping out of my mouth, I'm in trouble. And you're
yeah,
like dragging bodies and shit.
I got like fake body parts and everything. Like they look real too. And that's the thing. Some people, I think that's part of the lore, is people are like, what if it was real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought I already have a whole book idea from that I'm going to be the character and like make it kind of like, I don't know. When people say that, I'm like, dude, that would be an automatic Netflix best documentary of all time if it was, though. You know what I mean? Like, I love that I always have it open to where if I wanted to make it real. No, I'm talking shit.
I also think, though, going back to like your following, I think that you have built this following of people who just want to follow you. So I think that whether you write a book or whether you teach a fucking yoga class, like whatever it is that you decide to do, people are gonna support you, because now they're supporting you as a person. And also they're always going to be curious, like, is he really going to murder me? Or or is he just making these fucking videos? So I think you're always going to have that following of people that are curious about you, those girls that are like, I can fix him or whatever. And then you know, like actually just wanting to follow anything that you guys do, you know what I'm saying? Or that you do.
Yeah, I think that's what I thought, like in the beginning. I was like, I could probably just do anything, you know what I mean? But then I realized, like, no, you actually do, like, when it comes to like, you have to like kind of lean into a niche. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want, like, I'm trying to think of an example, but like, I don't know, like Justin Bieber in his prime, like they like him, they're chasing on the street. If he writes a book, it's like, you don't even read books, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think like just leaning into a niche is one thing. But yeah, I guess they would. But yeah, I don't know. It also does take a little bit of effort, but it's also that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's more like finding a way to make it immersive, because I just always look at shit and I'm like, why has no one done this? Like, this is dumb. Like, I don't understand. Like, even the idea of like making Jack the Ripper modern, I'm like, why am I having to do this? Like, I feel it's like almost annoys me to have to do it. Like, actually, I swear to God, even someone was like, oh, what if someone, because before I released the book, I was like posting all about it. So like it could have been taken, but now I own the copyrights. But before that, someone was like, what if someone steals it? And I was like, dude, I actually don't care. Like, I really don't care. I just want someone to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to, like, if someone took the idea for a movie, as long as they didn't like just force in like a gay couple just to pander or something like that, like, I wouldn't mind. I really would just want to watch it. I don't really care, you know?
I want to say I am annoyed because I looked at your story today and you're like casting for a voice for a phone call scene. And I'm like, he didn't ask my Mexican sounding ass to do this.
You know what? I should have asked you, huh?
No, fuck you now. No. I'm a performer and who sounds like me.
Cry?
Huh?
You could fake cry. Or just be like fake, like
real cry. I'm so depressed. It's fucking real cry.
I'll fucking strike a nerve on purpose.
Yeah, just trigger me. I'm crying. Don't worry about it. Gotcha.
But I kind of want to do, what I was trying to do is like kind of like a normal edit that I do, or like, you know, in my book trailers, how it'll like stop and I'll like grab a bitch with a bag or something, or like it'll stop and I'll like be walking through a tarp room. I want to do that, but with dialogue, but in a normal edit, and it'd be like basically like a girlfriend calling me that like the cops came to her house, her ex is missing, and then her trying to come over to me like, whoa, I'm like busy, and it pans out and I got like all this shit going on, like bone saws and shit, you know? I'm like, that would be hard. It'd be pretty easy to do too, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, could definitely record it on a mic and send you like the literal audio, and it'll be crispy as fuck sounding.
Oh shit.
Genius. I know. What is it that, okay, because I know you read your comments, I know you respond to them, I know you respond in videos, and it's a big part of your content is responding to people's comments. Is there some things as a psychopath, guys, I didn't mention Jack is a psychopath. Is there something that people say to you a lot that you're just like, no, get it through your fucking head? Like because me, I get annoyed when I see like certain comments on your shit of girls like, oh, I like, the one is like, I think I'm a psychopath because I kind of think like you. I'm like, do you know how fucking rare that is, bitch? Like,
yeah, it's really, really rare, actually. Like, really rare. But yeah, I didn't think about that actually. But yeah, that part is kind of like, oh, or when someone's like, I'll match your crazy, or like I'll like girls that think like,
Yeah,
like
that girls that think you're just toxic or something, and you're like, no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Like
It's like,
this is
yeah,
really
but within reason, you know what I mean? Like if the rules are in my favor, we're like if you're obedient, that might sound weird, but we're good to go. Like no, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like if you just like
what
let
I
me
say. Shut the fuck up.
insert Chucky laugh. But no, like if you let me take the lead and you just kind of like shut the fuck up a little bit, like when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? Like there's no problem really. Like or like unless like for example, like I don't go out. So it's like if I'm not gonna date someone that does, just like if I did heroin, you wouldn't want to date me because you
Yeah.
won't. It's just like basic shit. But yeah, it's always funny when people are like, "Oh, I'll be your partner in crime, or I'll match your crazy." Like, I don't want that. I got the emptiness covered. Like, I don't need that. I kind of want someone who's really empathetic because we can bounce off. I'm trying to be serious, but like we can bounce off each other. You know what I mean? Like, if you're being too emotional, I can be like, "Hey, fuck that person." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
I'm
Cut it
emotional
out.
enough, you can check me and be like, "Hey, smile," or like cry. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? Like having too much of it is like, I don't know. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean, people always say like I want to date someone who's just like me or whatever, but like not really. Like I would hate to date a guy that's like me. I'd punch him
Yeah,
in the face. Like no
yeah. I
way.
couldn't date a girl
I
that's
can't
too.
even deal with friends that are like me.
Yeah,
I don't have any friends that are like me.
I'd rather go on Farmer's Meat or a Christian Mingle or something. I'm not trying to find like I don't
With the
want a goth girl.
face tattoos on Christian Mingle.
Yeah, and I don't want a goth girl. I want someone that smells like a mocha and Uggs or something. You know what I mean? Like I want you to smell like a bookstore. I don't want you to smell like a body, you know?
You want her to drink pumpkin spice.
Yeah, be basic as fuck, dude. Like watch
Yeah,
dumb shit. Like try to get me to watch dumb shows that I like don't watch, but I end up watching, like shit like that.
yeah. All right. Well, ladies, you heard it. Now you're gonna get all the comments of like, I'm basic as fuck, and
Oh
I
yeah. Oh, I'm not. Yeah. I'm the perfect contrast. No, but that's another thing too. Like some people think I'm like, oh, but that's the main thing. Like when trolls, like right here, I don't know why. I genuinely, I don't know if it's a psychopath thing, but I genuinely like love troll comments because it just confirms that I'm superior to that
oh, this
person.
guy, absolute bozo.
I love it. Like I just think I was like looking for more of them. I think like it's weird, and this is part of like my grandiose that I'm just open about it. But like when I see like it's like I always say this, like if you hit the lottery, would you like someone could really piss you off and you could scroll by, but you wouldn't type about it. You wouldn't even be on your phone. You'd be spending money. You'd have shit to do. So
You'd be
it's
on
like
a
it's
boat.
just like so it's like, oh, you hate on me, but that just snaps right back to you. I don't even want to say projecting, but it just snaps back to you because it's like you have time to like not like me for no reason. Like I'm superior to you. So it almost just makes me like laugh. And I know that and I know they feel it. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's just satisfying as fuck. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But I
If
think
they had money, they'd be on a boat somewhere, fucking traveling, or like not
right.
on
Yeah,
the
you're not
boat.
like killing, you're not fucking killing it, like being like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like, no,
Yeah.
at all.
Do you think that if you weren't a psychopath, that you would still write horror?
I mean, I don't know, so I would think so, just because like I like it, but yeah, probably. I don't know, actually.
Like, do you think it has like an influence, like on? Because it's like I know it would be hard for you to imagine not being a psychopath because you don't know what that is. But imagine you were like a writer in other genres, and then the reason that you write horror so well is because you're a psychopath. Like, do you
Yeah, I
think
think
that?
that is what it is for sure. But that's like again, like I want to write. Oddly enough, this is like really weird, but I want to write a book from like a predator's POV because it'd be a challenge, and like I'm not one, so it's like something challenging, or like writing a real romance with no death in it. You know what I mean? Which would be difficult as fuck. Like make just a body pop up at some point, but you know what I mean? I want to try to do something that's not horror. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's where you challenge yourself. You know what I mean? But I was thinking
Mhm.
like I made a post about it. I don't know if you've seen it, but I was thinking like a Lovely Bones type thing, but it's like from that dude's POV and like what actually fucking happens. Like the unknown is not unknown. Like you know it. And it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? And it's like the underlying message can be like, watch your fucking kids. Cause so many parents just like let their kids play outside. I'm like, you guys are crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah, well, especially now, because like back in the day, we used to play outside, and it wasn't what it is now at
Right. No,
all.
not at
Like
all.
we
It's
didn't
like,
even have phones.
yeah, someone was doing I said this before, but someone was saying this like to me. They were talking about they were just on vacation in Florida and they didn't like let their kid go in the ocean. but then they were like, they were like kind of like not being rude, but they were saying like that it's weird that I don't let my daughters like run around the neighborhood with them or like go down 2 houses. I'm like, fuck that. I don't know that person. Like, no, I don't give a fuck. I'll take them on extra vacations and make up for it. I'm not doing that. I'll give them money to not. I was like, that's kind of funny you said that though, because you don't want her to go in the ocean, but the odds of her dying in a shark attack is 1 in 11 million. But the odds of getting abducted in our state was 1 in like 300,000 and some change. So it's like, that's the ocean. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd have a better chance of letting her swim in the ocean every day. Like that's just dumb to me. You know what I mean?
I was actually talking about that yesterday because I was at the beach because obviously I'm in Miami and you're probably freezing where you're at. But I was at the beach yesterday and I was seeing like parents trying to get their kids away from the water. And I was like, dude, kids are not naturally fearful of the fucking ocean, but parents make them fearful of sharks. I've lived in Miami my entire fucking life. I've never seen a shark. Like,
Really?
and I go to the beach a lot. I've never seen a fucking shark, dude. Like, to have a fear of like, oh, a shark's gonna fucking eat you. Like, I don't know why. Like, don't instill those kind of fears in people when the actual shit you should be scared of is like, you don't know your neighbor's a fucking predator and shit.
No, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't still let them go in the ocean like that shit. I think it just you probably wrestle alligators and shit. So, but like I don't know, dude. You probably
there's nothing. Look, if your kid knows how to swim and there's no fucking waves, like crazy ass waves, it's like sitting in a bathtub. Like you don't just like walk in and dive fucking 10 feet, you know? Like it gradually, like kids mostly play like at the edge. No one's like swimming out in the middle of the fucking ocean.
I'll have a Pepsi. Fuck that, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're like fucking in the middle of fucking no beach land.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Like that, like the ocean and heights is like the only things I actually fear.
Would you take your kids like on hikes in like the forest where there could be like a fucking bear?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were gonna say yeah because whatever, but okay.
Hell no. Oh, that's actually the biggest fear is bears.
Yeah, definitely scarier. Someone in the comments said, "What about jellyfish?" Jellyfish things burn, but you're not gonna die. It feels like a burn.
Like a jellyfish could kill me, bro. I don't know why. I just don't feel like that.
Definitely can't. It's just gonna sting you, and then it itches, and then you gotta put vinegar on that shit. So, do you think that your understanding, now that we're talking about fears, you think that your understanding of fear differs from someone who is not a psychopath?
Yeah, because I see people always like. I mean, I understand like what, like. It's not that I don't know like what people feel because like that's like part of being a psychopath is like if since you're young like you like I don't want to say intelligent but like when it comes to like emotions and like body and language and like all that shit like you just kind of naturally do that, you know what I mean? Like I can't read a book where I learn something about it basically because I'm like, oh, I'd fucking do that already, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I think like for example, like again, my fears like I don't actually like have like nervousness or anxiety or like fear. But I think like I do sometimes, you know what I mean? Like very little though, like not to what I see other people have. Like I don't have a fucking panic attack. Like I can't, no matter what's happening. But I do have like bodily fears. I don't know if that's the way to explain it, but like so like heights. Like I feel that literally in my stomach. So it's like a bodily fear, but it's not like an emotional fear. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care to like I don't know, like if someone's like trying to fight or like someone's trying to like rob me with a gun or something, I'm just like empty. But like I don't know. It has to be something that will give me a bodily drop reaction. You know what I mean? Like, like feelings on roller coaster.
Like when you ride a roller coaster and it drops and you feel that.
Yeah, like I feel it in the actual moment, but I don't feel it in line at all. You know what I mean? Or even going up. It's just like the actual feeling of it. So, but then again, you can anticipate that. So like, I don't really like. I might skydive one day, but like I don't know. It's like I just.
So like if you're at your house and you hear someone break into your house, and let's assume that you don't have a weapon, whatever, you feel nothing. You're just like, who's in my house?
I wouldn't say feel nothing. It's more like rage, like the nerve you have to do that. You know what I mean? Like how bold are you to not think that someone's gonna like overwhelm the fuck out of you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always will have a weapon on me, always. I have an indent in my hip actually, because like even when I sleep in my boxers, like I have like a fucking blade like clipped.
Why?
I'll be damned. That's why. I don't know. I'll just be damned. Like, I don't want to like I would love the idea of like someone. That's another thing too. I'm like extremely like ahead. Like I try to stay ahead and like prep ahead, you know. But like that's what I was talking about with the roaming outside, like the kids. Like I do everything like it's the second time because it's just rational, you know. Like don't be one of those parents on the news like, oh, I wish if I could do it all over, I would just do that now. What the fuck are you talking about, you know? So the same thing, like the idea of someone breaking in and catching me with my shirt off my box, and they're like, "Ooh, I got him," and then I just like, no, I have a blade in my boxers. Like it's like the nerve to think I don't.
Do you think that being a psychopath causes some form of like paranoia because you know what you could be capable of, so you believe maybe that everyone else is capable of crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? So you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna get you before you get me.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it scared, I'll just say cautious, but I would assume it's someone else's version of scared. So like, yeah, I do think that. And ironically, someone's like I always say like, yeah, that is a thing though for sure. But like for an example, I don't know if this is like off, but I think it's not. I'm more scared, I guess, or cautious about a teenager than I am a grown man because that teenager doesn't know no better. Like they don't know that life's not Grand Theft Auto. They'll pull a trigger. They don't understand what they're doing versus a grown man kind of, you know. So I would be more scared of kids breaking in my house than I would. And you don't want to have to do that to a fucking kid, you know, but also we'll do more than a grown man will because they don't know better. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it, you know. But yeah, if I like everyone always asks, can you tell someone else is a psychopath? And the truth is no. Like even a psychopath can't tell like that. And psychologists, like anything you actually look up, like there's no experts that are like, oh, I can just tell it's in the eyes. They look dead or, ooh, that's not real. Like the whole point is that you don't know, you know, you would never know. And the only reason I say it again is because it works in my favor.
Yeah.
But, which again,
you're like building a brand off of it now. So it's just like
pretty much. Yeah. Like why wouldn't you want to like, oh, get in the mind of a psychopath? Like I never even thought about that. That kind of just came up out of nowhere one day. And I was like, dude, that's actually not a bad idea. Like I could literally just use.
When did you, I'm assuming that you or someone in your family or something was kind of like, he's a little off. Let's dig deep. Like, were you in therapy a lot as like a kid or like growing up and people were just like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this kid. Like, he's just a dick. Or like until you figured it out or until you got brain scans or like, how did that happen?
So there was like a million different like instances where this happened. But like my mom, have you seen Bates Motel?
No. I've seen like the trailers or whatever, but
that's literally me and my mom, dude. So she was just like, you're a good boy. Like you like she was like very like she was like obsessed with me. My mom was obsessed with me, like literally in a weird way almost, you know, which I love that, but like she just was, you know. So it's like her name's Jackie, mine's Jackson, like everything. Like she would be like it's just like overboard, you know. But yeah, I think like there was a bunch of stuff that happened, like just like when I would go to 0 from 10 when I was younger, like I would go see therapists and shit. And then, but you can't get diagnosed even as a psychopath. Actually, you can just score super fucking high on the psychopathy, like the hair checklist or like multiple. I've taken a shitload of them, and like I'm always at least like in the top 9 out of 10 or whatever you would say. You know what I mean? Like so, if it's like out of 33, it's like 31. If it's out of 40, it's like 37. So it always kind of is like the same thing. But yeah, I had when I actually knew was when, because I was 17 and I was in maximum security in Wayne County for it was like kidnapping, carjacking, and armed robbery. Or no, it was unlawful imprisonment. We like put this dude in the trunk of his car. He was a grown man, but we put him in the trunk of his own car, whatever. And we just like robbed him and took him to a bank and all this shit. But then they ordered me to get a psych evaluation, and my mom was like completely against it. Like she was like,
the lawyers wanted you to do it?
Well, the judge did.
Okay.
My mom was like, for whatever reason, and my mom did not want me in jail, but I was going to go to prison for like 5 years when I was like 17. I ended up getting like really lucky and shit. But part of my height of probation was because they had dropped a bunch of shit, you know what I mean? And part of it was to get a psych evaluation. And my mom was like, don't do that no matter what. And I'm like, they're going to send me to prison if I don't do it. She's like, let them do it. Like, do not. She like didn't want it to be confirmed, I think. Do you know what I mean? And luckily, like it was weird, like the judge had retired and I had a new judge. So by the time I reported, he's like, you were supposed to be off like 4 months ago. Like, fuck your psych evaluation. Like, go ahead and get off. And so he just let me off. So I never had to get it. But I ended up getting it like later down. It like I think it was like some Family Feud type thing. It was like something small like that. Like I've been in a psych ward, but I don't think that was correlated. It was just like the way I was acting, you know?
Yeah. And then, so, I mean, you show your brain scans on your TikTok, which I'm going to put all your social media in the description of everything or whatever. But on your TikTok, you show your brain scans a lot. So can you explain to people who don't know what is the difference between like the average male brain to yours?
Oh, it's pretty much just like a lot of people think I'm like a drug addict, which I have been, but like I've never like a bad one. Like I never like overdid shit to where I had to get a tolerance for anything. I would just like take shit consistently, but not a lot at a time, you know? So like my brain is not like I'm fucking sharp, like not even in a cocky way or a grandiose way, which that just obviously bleeds through sometimes, but it's like people think those abnormalities are like you like smoking crack or something. Like there's like, oh, you have brain damage or your brain rot. It's like, no, that's not what that is. That's empathy, bro. Like it's not like the parts of those scans are not like intelligence or like cognitive. It's just empathy, period. You know what I mean? So which is what they look for, you know what I mean? So it's really just in your prefrontal cortex, like above your eyes, I guess it is. It's just I don't know, it's just like a lack of emotional activity.
But like in the scans, it just looks like a lack of like gray matter type shit, like a lack
Yeah,
of.
it's just like it just kind of shows that you're like hollow in there in that one area. But if you like that, it's almost like a
Well, you're obviously not fucking brain dead. You're like
no,
writing
fuck
books,
no.
but like it's just like
Right,
the one
right.
part. Yeah,
But
I
I
think
think
that every part of our brain does something different, right? Like
pretty
every.
much, yeah. And I used to think I had CTE, to be honest with you, because I played football and I would always like be a dick and like purposely lead with my head to like just cause pain, you know, because I would take Zen. All right,
What
bet.
the fuck were we talking about?
Oh,
My friend just texted me because she's watching and she's like, "Tell him we go in the ocean at night."
no, dude. Blackwater's the worst. Fuck that, dude. And that's a psychopath. Y'all are fucking psychopaths. I would never do that. Fuck that.
Oh, I was going to mention that too, because we're talking about the brain scans and whatever. I recently learned that if you're lacking certain like nutrients, it could have to do with you being like quick to anger or depressed, anxious, or a psychopath.
So like what you eat could make you one?
Like if you're not necessarily what you eat, but more so like what you are depleted in or what you have too much of as far as minerals and like just essential nutrients and electrolytes and shit.
I could that makes sense kind of because that like doesn't that like directly that makes sense.
It directly impacts like the gut, which is your second brain, and your gut health directly impacts mental health. So I don't
Damn, I
know.
was gonna say chicken fingers are out of the question then, but my brain's fucked, so y'all are good.
You've been eating fucking bad foods or whatever. Everybody in the
Fingers,
comments
shit.
putting like pizza emojis right now and shit. Someone said, I think whoever goes into Jax's house would shit themselves because of the bodies you have wrapped up.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I do have a bunch of weird ass shit in my house. Like right where I'm sitting, I can see like fake limbs, bone saws, stabbed mannequins, and alien, and just masks and bats and weapons and shit.
Literally Chucky behind you.
Oh yeah.
When you are writing, do you ever want to, or do you make characters about yourself, like secretly, or things that you've done?
Yeah, I can't really say though. Yeah. Yeah.
The mystery fucking hurt me.
Anything. I'll always avoid the shit out of that question, but yeah. Yeah, in ways like I guess everyone would, you know.
All right, let's do this. Yeah, make
Yeah,
believe.
for sure. Yeah. Characteristics, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you find yourself like when you sit down to write, do you find yourself always returning to like a certain theme or a certain genre? Like if you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna write a love scene, does it end up turning into like something gory every time? Or like
Oh, that's what's funny is no, not at all. Actually, it's super easy. Like in Jack the Ripper, there's like separate POVs, and whoever's in here that's read Jack the Ripper will tell you it feels like two different people, and that's the easiest thing for me to do. It's easier for me to act like someone who's not a psychopath than it is for me to actually write from the psychopath, if that makes sense. So like, which actually does make sense now that I say it out loud, like because that's what you portray your whole life, you know, up until fucking really recently, like 11 months ago, you know, but Yeah, so
That's
it's like
true
it'll
because
go.
you kind of have to like pretend that you're not a
That's why
fucking
like plot twists are in my favor because I'm already manipulative. You know what I mean? Like naturally, not like with malice always, but just naturally. Like if the rules are in my favor, we're good to go. But as soon as like I have like an authority over me or like I'm gonna like find ways, and there's all I almost want to do a whole fucking course on that, honestly. Actually, I had a psychologist interview me and use what I said for a course. He's like, "Do you care if I?" I was like, "No, go ahead." Like it was like I forget what he titled it. It was like confidence advice from a psychopath. And I was like, I mean, I guess you could get advice, but like it's kind of
That's
like
actually
natural.
that would be a good way for you to build a male following, like teaching guys how to like manipulate people and like to get what you want. Even though
But
it's
that's
not
the thing.
morally fucking correct, you shouldn't teach dudes how to manipulate
That's the
people.
thing. That's the thing. So that's kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like where it's like if you know you're capable of like extreme violence, you'll actually avoid it. Do you know what I mean? Like I avoid it because I know I'm scared what someone would do to me that I know I would do to them. I assume that everyone's capable of it in a way when I know like probably like you know what I mean? Like more than most people, I know that I'm probably just like unbothered by more like a higher level of that. You know what I mean? Where I could just like be like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever, and turn it off. But I assume naturally that everyone also can do that. So it actually makes me more skittish about people. I don't know if skittish would be the word, but so yeah, I don't know how I feel about that just because I know dudes abuse power like really bad to where I don't care. Like I cannot stand when I'm talking to a girl and she's like, "You're trying to manipulate me." It's like, no, I think that's rookie shit. Like I think a psychopath who's in jail, who runs the gang, like that's rookie shit. You got caught. Yeah, you have control in there, but you don't have control. You're in jail. You know what I mean? I think CEOs are way more in control than someone who's in jail. And that's another thing. Like all psychopaths and serial killers, you guys are talking about sadist. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind hurting people if I have to, or just for whatever fucking reason, even if it's an accident. Like I don't mind it at all, but I don't get pleasure from it. And I don't think people understand that's a difference. There's a
Yeah, yeah.
difference.
So people
I don't
hear the word
feel
psychopath,
anything for you, but I
like
don't
people hear
want
the
to.
word and they like, oh, he's a psychopath. He's gonna go on a fucking murder rampage. And it's like not
No,
all.
I could just do that and not care about it. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Like I just like like even like in like an apocalyptic event, I wouldn't just do it. Like it's almost like some Dexter shit. Like I wouldn't want to do it to some. I would feel it would be easier for me to justify myself if they were doing something wrong. That way, I'm not like, oh shit, people think I'm weird. Like they know I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
you know. But yeah, it's just like I think people. It's not so much that people think psychopaths are serial killers. It's that people misinterpret the sadist. Like I look down to them almost like when I like occasionally do drugs or have done drugs, it's like I do downers and I always kind of look down to people who do uppers because I'm like, damn, what you Adderall, you all cracked out, you smoking crack, you're like a meth head then. Like it's like, but it's like, okay, you're like nodding in your lap. Like, well, how are you better? But like I just naturally honestly do that, you know? And that's how like I as a psychopath look, I'm more of like a I don't know. I fucking don't like the word narcissist, but I think it's just like I'm definitely not
Well,
I'm
there's definitely narcissistic traits there.
yeah, they all overlap for sure. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? But
yeah.
sadist, absolutely not. Like I don't get like because a sadist can either get pleasure or sexual pleasure, or like either one. It's like doesn't make a difference. It's you're a sadist if you get off on hurting something. I just
Yeah,
don't. You know what I mean? But I
yeah,
don't mind it, and people get that mixed up a lot of the time.
yeah. Like they probably think that when you were young, you were like killing cats and
I
shit.
never did. I've observed them. To be honest with you, I've observed them. Like I don't mind. Like I'll be like, huh. And I'll just like curiosity, like you know,
Like
out
the
of
neck
curiosity.
is so fragile, but like I'm
No, I
not
wouldn't
gonna
even touch
stab
them. I
it.
wouldn't even poke them. I wouldn't even poke them. Oh, you were
Yeah,
joking. I got defensive, but
I
no,
never thought of that either.
one of my brothers actually did do that, and I don't know. I think my mom steered him away. Now he's like super good, like absolutely not a psycho. Well, I guess maybe he might be, but I don't think he is. But one of my brothers did fuck animals up, but I never did. I would observe them though. I wouldn't poke them or anything like that, but I would observe them. But that was
Yeah,
just never my thing. You know what I mean? My thing was more like control,
yeah,
but not like it's like again, like I wouldn't tell guys this because they'll fucking abuse it. Like they'll come off as a good guy and like be manipulative, and then they'll turn on the control later. Like, bro, just tell the girl automatically. Like, you know, like have fun with her, have a good night, just be a gentleman, and then just let her bring it up. Like, all right, I'm gonna go like, oh damn, like, oh, I didn't know you went out. Like, you know what I mean? Just tell them you don't like late. The difference between boundaries and control is 3 months. That's what I say. Like, if you tell them 3 months later, like, oh, I don't want you going out. Well, now they don't have a fair chance. They already love you, basically, you know, or they're
yeah,
into you, you know. You just tell them automatically, and then they have the option to not fuck with you, or they
yeah.
and if most of the time, if you're bold, girls want to be told what to do in a way. They really do.
I agree with you 100%.
Girls want
I was
to
having
want,
that conversation today. Like if the girl lets you lead, you're in. Like that's it. If the girl feels comfortable enough for you to take the lead, that's done deal.
And she normally will. It just depends on how you do it. Like Riz, we've been meaning to get into this, but I'm sure you got it in your notes right there, which I know you have notes and you're using them and you're plugging them in as you go. But you're like, fuck this dude. But no, like Riz is actually not trying to have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
it's natural. It's not like I'm forcing.
I wouldn't say it's natural. It's just like, don't try to have game, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, being a likable person has nothing to do whether you're talking to another colleague or a woman.
Yeah, but that comes naturally to people. Like your own game, like your own quote unquote game. It doesn't have to be labeled game, because when you label it something, it sounds fake. Like you're putting on this thing.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You can have like a natural game about you, and that's your Riz. Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. But the thing is, it doesn't come natural to me. I've like curated it over time, you know. Seriously,
like,
I just try and error. It's a super quick checklist that I'm like, all right, like I figured it out. It's just like anything.
I have a question. What is the most manipulative thing you've ever done to a girl that you can say on this, or like that you remember?
Hold on, let me think.
Or like something you did that you were like, I don't know if you even consider it fucked up. Because look,
I got it.
I've done fucked up shit to get my way, and I'm like, I can't believe I just did that. But I'm like, whatever.
This is not the worst thing, but this is just like one of the things I can think of when I was younger, because I was a little more of a menace when I was younger. I was a menace to the community when I was younger. But so I had this girl, she was like older and shit, and she was just like whatever. Like she was just like bad and like older, you know. And I was like, I got her. Like I felt like the shit for pulling her, you know. But it wasn't enough. So I just wanted to like do some dumb shit. I was like fucking 15 or something, and she was like 19. And I like stole her iPod, and then I changed the lock screen on it, and I had her drive me to the pawn shop to pawn it because it had a different lock screen on it. And I was like, you have to sign for it because I'm only 15. And she signed for it. And then when she found out I stole it, the cops came, and I was like, she signed for it. Like, what the fuck? And she was like, and even my parents were like, I don't know what you want us to do. And then they looked at me like, but like to the cops, they were like, what is this? Is this a case? Like, what are you talking about? She sold her own iPod. Like, what the fuck? And
he was just with her.
Yeah, that's just one of the things I can think of off the top of my head, because recently I don't get off on that. Like, to me, it's like rookie shit. Like, it's better to be like, it's so easy to manipulate somebody. It's almost boring, to be honest. Like, and you don't get anything out of it. Like, you get like a damaged version of somebody, and it's just not fun at that point, you know? Like,
yeah.
As long as like someone's not like snapping or like raising their voice to me, like talking back, like I don't know. I just don't feel a reason to like, you don't have to manipulate someone if you're just cold as fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're like, I don't want to say him, but like if you're like someone she wants, you don't have to do that. Like they're just going to fucking, it's really just standing your ground. Like that's my new version of like, there's no manipulation needed. It's just kind of like boring, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like
going back to what you were saying about like you tell the girl up front, and then it kind of gives her the option to like either stick around or not. I'm kind of the same way like with the OnlyFans thing. Like I'll say it off rip, like this is what I do, this is what I do there. Now's your time to fucking run or like stick around and you know.
But see, this is where it gets interesting, because again, it just comes down to who stands their ground the hardest. Because if me and you dated, and you stood your ground on that, and I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with like girls that go out. But you're like, well, I don't go out, but I do OnlyFans. I'm like, I don't fuck with that, but all right, I'll settle for it. Eventually, I wouldn't have to say anything. You just stop doing it, because it's just like who stands there. I will try it. No, I'm joking. But again, only if like it made sense. So if I was like I got you, like I'll set you, or like I'll make you my editor and just pay you way too fucking much to like kind of compensate for like, you know what I mean? Like you have to come correct. It's like a guy who's a drug dealer trying to get a girl to stop stripping. Like, bro, pay for her then. Pay for her all her shit, because she's doing it for a living. You can't, you know what I mean?
I think it's just I don't even think it's like a psychopath versus normal person situation. I just think if the bitch likes you, she's gonna do whatever. I don't even think at that point you have to like you said, you don't have to manipulate somebody. They're just gonna
That's
be
my
like,
point, though. That's my point. But yeah, but wait, what were you saying right before that about stand your ground? It was like
that regardless, the girl will submit basically if she likes you, like if she really
that's why I tell people it's like girls don't want to. No girl wants to talk shit to her boyfriend or her husband. No girl wants that. Like guys will, and this is the funny thing too. Like me and the psychologist, Dan Monroe was his name. We were talking about it, and he had like wrote an article about like what I was saying called "What Is Love," and it's like the feeling. Girls are so concerned about how you feel, but the action matters more. So it's like if forget where I was going with that.
Like I think I know what you're saying, because there's been times where I've dated people and they'll say something like, "But I love you," and I'm like, "That's not enough."
Yeah, it's not enough. Yeah, no, it's not.
Like, what are you doing? You're not doing shit. You're just saying "I love you," bro. But like, you have to do shit. Everybody has to show love. I feel like, fuck saying
yeah, you gotta like bring
go
your
wash my car, motherfucker. Show me the fuck.
Right, what the fuck? Yeah, but that's the thing. Like it was pretty much like a girl. Like what I was saying, I remembered now. Like guys are like naturally non-psychopathic males have psychopathic tendencies just to please a woman, which is manipulation, which is like reverse manipulation. Just like, oh, I'm gonna lay out what like my boundaries automatically, but really that makes you seem more honest and less, even though they're kind of being hypnotized into going into your shit versus like 3 months later. That's kind of, I call it reverse manipulation. It's like being honest and making them feel like they have a choice, but you know they like you. So it's like, yeah, you did that after you fucked, so of course she's gonna agree. But the guy saying you just had hold up, that was a testimonial nod. You were like
I'm like, facts. You actually shouldn't teach guys shit. You should teach girls. No, you should fucking teach girls how to maneuver around manipulation. That should be a fucking book. Girls would 100%, and I'm sure they'll say it in the comments, want to learn from a psychopath how to know for sure if they're being manipulated, gaslit, dealing with a fucking narcissist, dealing with a psychopath, whatever.
I don't think they stand a chance, though, to be honest with you. They're like, females are emotional, you know? Our girls are, I don't know you say females, but girls are emotional.
But if females learn to read that off the rip,
because a lot of the times, you know.
Depends, though,
because he's fucking with you.
I've been manipulated in the past that I didn't even know until like it was too late, and I'm like, holy shit! I let myself
but I'm saying like right now, well, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, it probably would help a few people. With some people, it's like guys and girls. It's like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that, and you just want to do it. You gotta just touch the stove. You just gotta learn. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no book gonna help you. Like, you gotta just go through the motions and get sick. You have to get sick of it, like with anything else, like addiction.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like when it happened to me, I was with like a fucking narcissist with BPD, not medicated, super lunatic motherfucker. And then at the end of it, I was like, damn, I can't believe that I went through that. So now my fucking radar is like so high that I like meet anyone and I'm like, nope, red flag. And I'll just like cut it off like almost immediately, because I'm like, I see where this is going. I don't fucking trust
I'm not gonna lie. When you, I'll just be open right now for the podcast, but when you say that, I automatically think of a way to get in there. Like, I just think of the open.
I know that, but I feel like men do that anyways.
I couldn't help it. When you were just saying that, I was like, oh, so that's simple. Then okay. You just mentioned that you don't have guy friends, you don't go out. Like, okay, be super honest and just fucking answer her text and fucking let her like leave your phone open on purpose when you go to the bathroom. Just do everything that you know this guy didn't do in the beginning, and then she'll be like, oh, okay, he's not like that, and then boom, you're in there. But that's another thing too. Like, I was raised well.
I know that that's how guys think. Like, as I was saying that, I know that in your head you're like,
there's a way in there for sure.
But I don't even think that that's a psychopath thing. I think that's a male thing.
Yeah, to be honest,
that's my opinion. I think that every guy.
No, to be honest, you're right. that kind of goes to something I was saying the other day. It's like, I can't stand when guys are like, she just wants you for girls just want money. Like, bitch, you just want a girl with a nice smile with a fat ass. So what's the difference? Like, let her want you for money. Who cares? Yeah, bitch. Like, if back in the day, she wants you to bring back some fucking hide for her to sew up and shit. Like, she wants you to bring back a fucking animal. Like, she wants you to provide, bro. Like, that's bare minimum. That's your value. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why? If the prettiest girls with the guy with the most money and so on and so forth down the scale, you know what I mean? Like, that makes sense. Like, I don't understand the problem.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to have a bunch of money and date a girl that doesn't look perfect. So why are you tripping that she looks perfect and don't want to date you and you don't have money? Like, get some money. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's an insecurity.
It goes back to like primitive shit, right? Like, girls
that's
want
exactly,
a provider, guys want a wife, mother to their kids, like, period.
Yeah, see, I just want that mother
shit
thing.
all changed like recently.
Yeah, the whole guys versus girls thing. That shit's weird, bro.
Yeah.
That's
every time I hear a girl say, I don't need no man, I'm like, girl, shut up.
Like, you don't, but you it's nice. What the fuck, dude? Like, get out of here. It's the same single friend trying to get in front of you at the club. Like, no, like blocking good guys and shit. Like, what is this? What is this? Like, you have a dildo shaped as a male part. What are you talking about? Like,
she doesn't like you, okay? Like, yeah,
no. See, I can't handle. I'd be like, let her speak for her fucking self, please. Thank you. Like, what the fuck?
Bitch, get out the fucking way.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments. The what?
No, wait, what?
Oh, someone in the comments said, I want to know if Jax would ever remake the movie from hell.
I mean, that movie is really just a depiction of Jack the Ripper, and I think I don't want to comment on it, to be honest, because Johnny Depp's in it and shit. I just think I don't know. I think recreating Jack the Ripper could just be better. It's like, come on, it's like, show the fucking Ripper, bro. Make him like fucking. You know what I mean? Like, Michael Myers and Jason are these like unstoppable forces, but they're inspired by Jack the Ripper's the first like publicized serial killer ever. So it's like, why everything's already inspired.
Who's your favorite serial killer?
My favorite? Me. No, I'm joking.
You have not seen the news articles I post on TikTok?
Weird fucking that's like a setup to get canceled question, but I'll be honest. Let me think. I think fucking fuck, dude. I got a question. I got an uncomfortable question for you after that then. But my favorite serial killer. Shit.
Oh, God, Jack, thinking.
I like them all, to be honest.
Okay, give me like top 3 then. Like, just whatever.
I like fuck. I don't want to see. That's the thing. I can't like. I think fuck.
Honestly, I like Ted Bundy because of how obsessed people were with him.
Yeah. I'm just like, the thing about me is like the kids thing is what pisses me off. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, like I want to say BTK because he was so slick. I want to say Bundy because he was so like prolific, but it's like I want to say Dahmer because he was like so like he's like the best psychopath I've ever seen like be interviewed.
Yeah.
So you guys fucked with children, bro. Like that's where it's like
insane.
Like I can't even say it publicly. Like, oh, this is my. I mean, intrigued wise, yeah. Like I think I'm most intrigued by Jeffrey Dahmer because he's just a master of his craft, dude.
What'd you think of the Dahmer series on Netflix?
It was good, really good. That shit was sweet. I don't know why people got offended. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. I actually just recorded a vlog today. I just recorded a vlog today, and someone was like, "How do you balance real life victims with your craft?" I was like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Take that to the bank. Like, get that out of my face. Like, don't even try to come at me with that. Like, oh, people are offended. I'm not pandering to anybody ever. So just forget about it.
Look, they're gonna fucking make a movie about everything, and something's always gonna trigger someone, and it just is.
Watch it. We're all victims of some sort. Like, you don't really give a fuck. The only reason you give a fuck is because you want to be involved in the community. Go get involved in the community. Don't be a fucking victim. Like, come on. Like, you could be an actual victim and be less of a victim than someone who's not a victim. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's like mental. It's where you're at.
It's a fucking choice. You know what I mean?
Richard wants to know if you're gonna make a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
No, my mind just reels like fast as hell when I think about that. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, yeah, for sure. That's the whole reason I started writing. My bad. I just got like fucking caught in like ideas, but I can't even think because yeah, dude, I just
So
get
you're already writing the sequel, or you finished it?
it's done. It's done.
Holy shit.
It's done. I'm sorry.
How
I
long
already
are you
started
gonna like drop that?
next month.
Oh, okay.
But I can't fucking announce it till all the pre-orders are out. So now it's like, oh, you're gonna announce another book while the other book's already getting ordering and we haven't got a pre-order. So I just gotta not say shit about it,
Are
basically.
people actually complaining to you?
Very little. Very little.
Yeah.
Most people are cool as fuck, but some bitch or someone earlier was like saying someone was saying earlier, they were like, your book's a scam. And I'm like, what? They're like, I don't even think it exists. So I sent her a video of like a box of books, and I was like, it's on fucking Amazon. You fucking like, how simple can you be? So I was
With
like, all right,
reviews.
right. I was like, you're fucking simple. So I was like, all right, like I get it though. It's fair. Like the initial thing is fair. Like I get it. Like why the fuck are pre-orders not being sent out before it's able to order? Like I get that. But after I explain it, shut the fuck up or ask for a refund.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'll just refund you. It's actually
Yeah.
cheaper for me to refund people. So I'm like all about that. And this girl was like not letting me refund her. She like blocked me. And I was like, so I messaged her on TikTok and I was like, I'm gonna send, and I'm actually doing this tomorrow. I was like, since you won't, because she doesn't want to accept my refund because she wants to like find people who haven't received their order. I'm like, that's gonna be a shitload of people until tomorrow because I haven't sent them out, bitch. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, what I'm gonna do though is she won't let me send a refund because that would make her theory wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I send her a refund, she can't say I'm scamming people with my.
It would just end it right there. It would
exactly.
end the drama.
So what
right
I'm gonna
there.
do? So she won't let me refund her. I swear to God, I already have it all screen recorded and everything. So she blocked me. Like if it was really an issue, why would you just accept your refund? Beside that, you're just trying to be a part of something, you know? So I'm gonna burn all the fucking pages out of one of the books, and I'm gonna put a fucking like money in there, like $30, and it's actually going to cost me money to send it to her and give her refund. But
so you're gonna send her like the cover with money inside?
No, I'm going to burn every page in the book and make the book hollow and just burnt and just fucking destroyed, like burn holes through the pages. And then I'm going to stick $30 in there, have a video sealing it, and like, and yeah, dude, I was, that shit infuriates me because it's like I'm going out of my way and it's more difficult for me to do it this way. And you guys are giving me shit, or few people are giving me shit about it. Not to mention, like, I get it, but like, don't not accept a refund and then try to like sit there and trash me. Like at that point, like I almost wanted to send her a dead cat in the mail. Like it was pissing me off that bad. I was like, bro,
tell your brother to fucking snap its neck.
No, you can order one on Amazon.
A dead cat?
Yep, dead pig, everything. Swear to God.
Ew,
I swear to God, for dissecting purposes. Yeah. So I could order it on Amazon and just have it go to her address. Like, oh, fuck, it was a reader. I meant to have it come to my address. But it's technically not like a animal crime because they have them already for like when they die.
But how
for,
do
like,
they send that? Dry ice or some shit?
No, they just are either in formaldehyde. Like that's how I get all my animal organs and shit. Or for like my shoots and stuff, I'll use real organs while I'm about to start doing it.
Does it
Have you seen the heart that I posted earlier?
No.
You want to see it?
Yeah. You have
I gotta go grab it. It'll take me 10 seconds.
Go grab it. I want to see it.
I ordered it on Amazon, dude. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, dude, I got an extra. It came with a bucket of formaldehyde and everything.
What? What animal is that?
It's a pig heart. It's fucking huge.
It's so big.
Yeah, it really is big, ain't it?
What the fuck?
It's pretty fucking big. But no.
Have you opened the jar?
No, the formaldehyde smells a little pickly, but it's not too bad. But yeah, you can order this shit on Amazon. So I was really tempted to like send her a cat just to fucking be a menace. But I was like, yeah, I'll just send her a burnt. Like make a post like burning the pages and shit, and then put like her refund in there. So it's like you have to take my refund because I still have your address. You ordered my book, you know?
Yeah. That's been happening too with my calendar pre-orders. On the website, it literally says, this is a fucking pre-order. You're not going to get it until the end of December. And I already have people like, where's my calendar? I'm like, this is a fucking pre-order. What the fuck?
And how much is your calendar?
35.
Okay, so basically the same as my book, like 25. And it's like, if you spent, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be insensitive to people who make less, but like if you spent $25 a month or two ago and you're worried about it, that's not the issue. You're the issue. You know what I mean?
I pre-ordered a book. Yeah, I pre-ordered a $50 book recently. I think it was $50 or maybe 40. And I'm not getting that shit until
You read?
like in May. And I forgot about it until I saw that the person posted it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did get that book. It's like a fucking health book.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like people that like complain about like, oh well, I didn't like my bank got hacked 3 years ago. It's like you should be over that, bro. Like we all take mad losses and just bounce back. Like fuck out of here. Like that shit's gone. It's over. Scrap it up. Move on.
Stop thinking
You
about it.
read?
Yeah.
You read?
Huh?
You read? Not like
Yeah.
that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, the book that I pre-ordered is it's from Andrew Huberman. Have you seen his podcast?
Mm-mm.
He's like a professor at Stanford in like neurology and ophthalmology, whatever. And he talks a lot about health and shit. I'm like really into that stuff. So he wrote a book. So yeah, I fucking pre-ordered that shit like months ago. It's obviously gonna take forever. The
You didn't
thing
order
with
my book, did you?
no, why didn't I get a free fucking copy? Is my question.
All right, no, I was just trying to
me?
make you fucking feel weird. No, I'm gonna send you a free one for sure. I'll send you one tomorrow. Actually, send me your address.
I don't feel weird because you sent me a fucking draft of a part one time, and I was like, oh, and I gave you suggestions. So I got
I sent you like the whole thing.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
you sent me like one.
What are you drinking?
Coffee, iced.
You know, what's your thing? Do you like drink and like, or do you not say it?
I don't drink.
I don't believe you.
You don't have to. I do not drink. The last time I drank was like almost a year ago. It's not because I don't like to. It's because I really shouldn't because I have autoimmune disease. So like, if I drink, it could either be fine or I can like.
I can't wait to do this in person. We gotta do it. I want to do one in person for sure for the year's over. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be fucking dope. It'd be a lot of not to mention all the other shit we could make. You know what I mean? Like,
why are my friends texting me right now that are watching this and they're like, Vanny, I love you, but I think you're a psychopath.
Yeah, I could see it. I could think that too.
What do you think are the characteristics of a psychopath?
That's the thing. People think like I'm empty and I have no empathy. That's not true. Like I just have the definition of lack is little or none. It's one or the other. It could be both. You know, it could be none or not enough. That's what it is. It's none or not enough. So I have a lack of empathy for sure. Like if I like drove by like a fucking dead, like a dying puppy or something, I would just ignore it. Like I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? But it's not. And again, it's just like a weird thing to talk about. And it like in a good way. It like isn't this interview about Jax, not her? Nah, bro, it's about both. The fuck. But and it's so weird to talk about this type of shit because like beta males will be like, oh, you think you're hard? Like, no, dude, no. Like that's not the case. I'm just telling you what it is. Like, what the fuck? Calm down, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But
like you're not trying to be tough. You just actually don't care.
A lack of empathy. I have zero remorse for anything. I don't know why. Like I just cannot feel remorse. Like